Be ready. Start. The above directions were sought by the petitioner against the central government as well as against various state governments for effective management of the water resources in the country by nationalization and interlinking of rivers. Thereafter, various political leaders of the country have supported the cause, but no such schemes have actually been implemented. It is the case of the petitioner that the Interstate Water Disputes Act 1956, for short the Act, and the River Boards Act 1956 were enacted by the Parliament under Article 262, read with entry 56 of List 1 of the 7th Schedule to the Constitution of India 1950, hereinafter the Constitution. Due to reluctance of water-rich states, the National Water Development Agency, hereafter NWDA, has not been allowed to undertake detailed survey, and it is argued that only by nationalization of the rivers by the Government of India this problem can be resolved to some extent. The petitioner had filed a writ petition before the High Court of Judicature at Madras, being writ petition number 6207 of 1983, praying for various reliefs. It has also been averred by the petitioners and the interveners in these petitions that the need to conserve water resources and assuring their optimum consumption can be seen from the steps taken in this regard, not only by the developed countries but also by developing and underdeveloped countries. The Government of India has always shown considerable concern regarding the management of water resources in the country and had framed for this purpose the National Water Policy, which is being updated on a yearly basis. The National Water Policy seeks to make available water supply to those areas which face shortages. This aspect of the matter could be effectively dealt with only if the various rivers in the country are linked and are nationalized. This has been a matter of public debate and discussion for a considerable time and still continues to be so without showing any reflection of ground reality. The Ministry of Irrigation, along with the Central Water Commission, had formulated in the year 1980 a National Perspective Plan (NPP) for optimum utilization of water resources in the country, which envisaged interbasin transfer of water from water surplus to water deficit areas. Apart from diverting water from rivers which are surplus to deficit areas, the river linking plan in its ultimate stage of development will also enable flood moderation. It was comprised of two components: peninsular rivers development and Himalayan rivers development. The petitioners have also made several suggestions which have been appreciated by the competent authorities on consideration. It is emphasized that the cost of negligible when compared to the potential benefits which may be bestowed on the nation. The petitioners rely upon Article 262 of the Constitution, read along with Entry 17, List 2, and Entry 56 of List 1 of the 7th Schedule to the Constitution, to substantiate their submissions. Finally, the petitioners submit that the preservation of water resources is a part of the right to life and livelihood enshrined in Article 21 of the Constitution, and that the central government should take immediate and urgent steps to nationalize the rivers so that equitable and proper distribution of water can be ensured for the betterment of the population. According to them, the central government should also adopt all necessary measures, both scientifically and naturally, to increase the usable water resources and to preserve whatever resources the Union of India has already been naturally gifted with. As a result, and because of the inaction on the part of the central government and the state governments, it is submitted that grant of the reliefs as prayed for in the writ petition would be in consonance with the constitutional spirit and in the larger public interest. A high level task force was set up. However, wide order dated 5th May 2003, this court observed that inputs from other experts in many fields were necessary and that the task force was to give due consideration to such inputs. Feasibility reports, hereafter FR, were prepared for the intended links. Subsequently, vide its order dated 8th April 2005, this court made it absolutely clear that the orders of the court in these respects have to be complied with in letter and spirit. The FR of all links were to be put on the website after their completion. This court had also made observations that the prior consent of any state government was not necessary for placing the FRs on the website and directed them to be so placed. With great persuasion and efforts, the FRs of 16 links had been placed on the website. Thank you.